night on the South today. Highlanders star Aaron Smith gears up for an emotional farewell in his final home game under the roof. And Otago University graduate is making history as the first Saudi Arabian woman journeying to space. And the Royal Golden Fleece Exhibition showcases some of the best fibres in the country. Kia ora, good evening. I'm Hannah Wilkins. Highlanders centurion Aaron Smith is preparing to play his final home game for the franchise after announcing his move to Japan earlier in the year. The 34-year-old will play in the Japan Rugby League One, having signed a long-term contract with Toyota Verblitz in February.
Passing the torch to the next generation after more than a decade of service. Highlanders star Aaron Smith has cemented his place in the top echelon of world rugby, being the most capped halfback in All Blacks history. Smith played an integral role in the Highlanders' maiden Super Rugby title triumph in 2015 and is also the franchise's most capped player.
I've had a blessed career so far. I can't complain. I've been very lucky injuries-wise to play a lot of games, and yeah, you've got to just take each day and.
Smith signed with the Highlanders back in 2010, leaving Manawatu and his hometown in pursuit of fresh opportunities and more game time.
It was the best thing for me to get away from sort of that same of being in your hometown or in Palmerston North, and just coming to a new place, a foreign place, and creating a home and a lifestyle, and really embracing that, embracing the people.
The move worked out perfectly for the halfback and his newly adopted team. Smith emotional as he reminisced on his 13-year career in Dunedin and Forsyth Bar Stadium, where he made 183 appearances for the club.
I owe this place a lot, and I owe Dunedin a lot, I owe the Highlanders a lot, and I've got a lot of special moments on this field, and I'd just love nothing more than just to win this weekend.
Smith is set to play his final home game on Friday night as the Highlanders face the Reds for a last-ditch effort to try and make the Super Rugby Pacific quarterfinals. In Dunedin, the South today.
The Dunedin City Council finished their deliberation today for the annual plan, addressing the amenity requests and rates.
We can move on.
One of the main requests was to add a climate adaptation plan to the Council's forward work plan, with the first report due in November. Meanwhile, a request by residents to consider a heavy transport bypass in Mosgiel was deferred to the Infrastructure Services Committee. Now, after the 2 days of deliberations, the Council is forecasting an overall rates rise of 6.6% for the 23-24 financial year. That's only marginally up on earlier plans due to the restrictions on new spending. A Dunedin mother was left horrified after finding a strange object at the bottom of her child's can of Sprite. Mosgiel resident Bridget Taylor had just returned from holiday with her family and gave 4-year-old daughter Maddie a can of Sprite. But there wasn't just soft drink in the can, Taylor becoming suspicious after hearing an object rolling around inside.
I picked it up and it rattled, and I was like, oh, what's that like in it? And I thought, oh God, she's probably put a toy in or something. But then we had to cut it open, and then we found the battery in it.
The mystery object was too large to have been put through the opening tab. She was concerned Maddie may have ingested part of the object, calling the Poison Control Centre, who told Taylor to monitor her daughter for 48 hours. She secured the empty can and mystery object to bottlers Coca-Cola for inspection. An Otago University alumni has etched herself in the history books, becoming the first Saudi Arabian woman to lift off into space. Rayana Banawi was a former international student at the university, completing a Bachelor of Biomedical Science degree in 2011. She's now part of the AX-2 mission in a 4-person multinational crew. Their craft SpaceX Falcon 9 had a successful liftoff from Kennedy Space Centre on Monday. Banawi will facilitate Saudi Arabia's scientific research as the crew do extensive research and investigate technologies on the orbiting lab. She's focusing on stem cell and breast cancer research, with the crew's efforts hope to help establish Axiom Station, the world's first commercial space station. Police are on the hunt for 2 motorcycles which were stolen from competitors on Saturday night ahead of a motocross competition in central Otago.
Police are investigating the theft of 2 motorcycles belonging to a pair of young Canterbury riders who were competing in the King of Central MX at the weekend. The KTM 65 race bike and a Thumbstone motorcycle were both locked in a trailer at the Cromwell motocross track off Bannockburn Road. The thieves cutting through fencing at the track to break in the day before the event. The 2 young riders withdrew from racing, but the unfortunate start wasn't enough to dampen the mood of competitors as riders got down and dirty on the track, putting their skills to the test. Around 170 riders took part in categories from age 5 to over 35, giving spectators a great show of sweeping corners, high speed jumps and flying mud. Otago rider Jack Trilowa took home the crown in the senior open class. In Cromwell, the South Today.
Fleeces from sheep, goats and alpacas had serious examination recently at the New Zealand Royal Golden Fleece Exhibition in North Canterbury. Judges were on the lookout for the best fine and strong wool, as well as black and coloured mohair and alpaca fleeces.
There can only be one champion. Scores of the top fleeces from sheep, goats and alpacas went under the experienced eye of judges this week in Rangiora. The popular New Zealand Royal Golden Fleece Exhibition for breeders has returned after an enforced 3-year hiatus caused by COVID. The event features all of the top fleeces from AMP shows across the country, competing for the prestigious Supreme Award. Golden Fleece Working Group Chair Melissa Jebson says it's been a welcome return.
Look, it's great to have this fleece and fibre exhibition back up and running after we've had a break with COVID.
The Supreme Fine and Strong Wool Fleeces Awards went to AD and SD Patterson of Central Otago and Rachel Humphreys of Feilding. Meanwhile, Blenheim claimed one of the Alpaca Awards, while Banks Peninsula breeders scooped the other Alpaca and the top Mohair Award. The Supreme Fleece Award for black and coloured sheep was presented to Richard Peterson and the estate of AC Peterson of Timaru with the mature Perrindale fleece. Richard says it was a fitting reward for the efforts of his late wife Anne, whose passion was breeding the coloured sheep.
Yeah, well, it started off years ago when we were in partnership with my brother and father, and she got three black sheep out of the farm flock, and then the numbers just grew and grew, and when she departed we had 300, and I've still got about 300 to 312 or something.
But he admits, despite the high demand from overseas buyers, it's still hard to get good black Perrindale genetics in New Zealand. In Rangiora, the South Today.
FA Yakane still to come on the South Today. Ripper Rugby takes over Alexandra with a battle of the schools, and the world of comic books comes to life in Invercargill.
All new episodes of Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life. Tuesdays, 7:30.
Aero, used by Australia's top bowlers with their unique Z-scoop grip that redefines the game. Machined with robotics for unparalleled accuracy, Aero, same line, every time.
Drive away your way with 3 incredible offers on the Honda CR-V Adventure Ready range. Choose from 2.9% finance with 0 deposit, third finance, or lease a new CR-V from just $136 per week. These offers are only available for a limited time, so be in quick. From Honda.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Here at Age Concern Otago, we offer a range of services to support Otago seniors to age well with dignity and independence. We provide social work support, visiting service, health promotion and social activities. Check out what we have on offer at ageconcernotago.com.
special.
Tēnā koe, welcome back. It was a ripping start to the week in Alexandra as hundreds of primary school pupils took to the field to show off their rugby skills.
10 Central Otago primary schools sent their best rugby stars to Molyneux Park on Monday for the Dunstan Zone Ripper Rugby Tournament. The annual event features pupils from years 3 to 8, along with volunteers from Dunstan High School helping to referee the games. 55 teams entered the tournament, including Roxburgh, Millers Flat, Maniototo, Clyde and Omako schools, with around 600 school children competing.
Goes as far as Random, Fairly, One Direction, Cromwell that way, Millers Flat that way pretty much.
The top 4 teams from years 5 to 6 and years 7 to 8 move on to the Central Otago Ripper Tournament on the 1st of June. In Alexandra, the South today.
Characters of all ages checked into the Invercargill City Library over the weekend, dressed to impress to try and win some comic books. Free Comic Day is aimed at bringing some fresh eyes to the world of reading.
From Batman to friendly stormtroopers, popular sci-fi and superheroes were among the guests at Invercargill's Free Comic Book Day. Hundreds of people made their way to the Invercargill City Library dressed as their favourite characters on Saturday, celebrating International Free Comic Book Day. There was a large range of books up for grabs, visitors getting a free comic on entry, and another for a donation to the Salvation Food Bank or for coming in costume.
So there's 1,000 different comic books, and if you look around the shelves you can see there's a massive selection here, all ages from 4-year-old to 90. There's something here for everyone.
The event was promoted by Greenlight Innovations, with the initiative aiming at attracting new comic book readers and encouraging a new love for literature.
The way they combine arts and pictures is such a gateway to encourage reluctant readers. So yeah, it's a great way to get people reading.
This was the 8th year of the popular event, with a Dungeons and Dragons information station and some pop culture displays adding to the colour of the day. In Invercargill, the South today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South today. Highlanders star Aaron Smith will play his final home game on Friday against the Reds before a big move to Japan. Otago University graduate Rayana Banawi makes history, becoming the first Saudi Arabian woman to soar into space. And the Royal Golden Fleece Exhibition shines a spotlight on premium wool and mohair in North Canterbury. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, and we welcome editor Barry Stewart. Hello Barry.
Hello Hannah.
What can we expect in tomorrow's
Well, the government's continued refusal to increase medical students' funding for training has upset the University of Otago. They're prepared to do it and ready to go, but there's no cash around. So we explore that issue a little bit. Cargill's Castle, a familiar haunt for some, is about to become a hive of activity for the first time in 50 years. And Dunedin City Council has just signed a consent to allow it to, for the first stage of its redevelopment to take place, and it's hoped that the historic building will become a major tourist attraction. Yeah, like many, I've had some experiences up there, and it's an amazing old place. You know, it's just got a vibe, isn't it?
Yeah, it truly does.
So ruins can still be, you know, quite an attraction, and a special treat for rugby fans in the paper tomorrow. So look out for a special poster, signed poster of Aaron Smith.
Wonderful.
To mark his farewell, and also a special treat for subscribers. They can go into the draw and to win a giant signed framed poster. So,
brilliant.
Pretty good deal.
Absolutely. All right, thank you.
Okay, cheers.
And time now for a look at the weather.
The South Today weather, proudly brought to you by MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Looking at the situation, expect fine weather for the rest of the week as northwesterly airflow develops over the region and fronts remain mostly in the Southern Ocean. Heading to the top of the South Island, well, lovely and fine with light winds up here tomorrow with highs of 16 in Nelson, 15 over in Greymouth and cloudy with 14 in Christchurch. Travelling to South Canterbury and North Otago. Fine with light winds and 14 degrees apiece here, including Ashburton, Timaru and Oamaru, with cloud more or less sticking to the north. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes. Temperatures around the mid-teens through here tomorrow with clear skies after a crisp start. Expect 15 in Wanaka and Alex and 14 degrees over in Queenstown. Heading further south, looking cloudy at times with westerlies through here on an otherwise fine day with highs of 13 degrees in Gore, Balclutha and the Catlins. And down to the deep south. Mostly cloudy tonight with southwesterlies and a low of 7. Wednesday is looking like a fine day with sun, cloud and westerlies and a high of 13 degrees. And Thursday, milder with cloud increasing through the day before late rain after a 15-degree day. And finally heading to Dunedin. Becoming fine tonight with cool southwesterlies and a low of 8. Tomorrow's fine and sunny with light winds and a high of 14 and then a cloudy evening. Into Thursday, a lovely warm day with 17 degrees, plenty of sunshine and northerly breezes. And that's the news this Tuesday. For the latest news and videos from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz. You can follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch our news bulletins on demand. And you can also now follow us on Facebook. Just search for the South Today NZ to see our favourite stories from around the regions. We'll see you again tomorrow. Ka kite o popo.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Living Well Disability Resource Centre, a not-for-profit charitable organisation and your one-stop shop for information and resources to help you retain independence. We offer a wide range of assistive products from jar openers to mobility scooters and provide assessments for Total Mobility, the half-price taxi scheme. Come and see the friendly team. You'll find us on the corner of George and Bath Streets, ground floor of Burns House.
Every day the team at Gillian supports grieving families at their time of need, from answering your questions to organising a farewell that reflects the wishes of your loved one. We can help. Call Gillian's today.
Passion, drama, competition, rivalry, marketing, numbers, atmosphere, power, fight, attack, intuition, love, hate, money, cash, millionaires, fans, and fans. Oh boy.